Recording. Oh shit. Are we? Yep. All right, everything's good. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Father, the merger has begun. Earth is under attack. And it is glorious!
You deformed nerd.
We can't date. You're too oily. This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning stream. It's Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. So we got a 2021.
Oh, yes. True. 7/20/20/21.
Yeah, look at all those
20/20/20/21. Yes, right.
We had a listener. Let's see if I can find his name real quick. His
Feels
name
like how I
was-
play blackjack.
Yeah.
7. All right, hit me. 20. Oh,
course.
hit me again. 21.
There you go.
When I used 20, I got a 0 card, and then hit me again, and ace 21.
I can't find him. All right, well, someone sent me a thing where, and I missed it because I just didn't see it. Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, this guy's name was Ron, and Ron sent me a message, a DM on Twitter that said, content for the show. At midnight on the 15th of July, 2021, he said, we will be exactly 222 days, 22 hours, and 22 minutes, and 22 seconds away from 22/22/22 on a Tuesday, 22/2/22. Does that make sense?
Okay. February 20th. No, wait. February 22nd?
February 22nd.
2/22/2022.
Yep. Or you could look. He says 22/22, but really he means the flip of it. It's for us in America. It's 2/22/22.
The European way
Yeah.
of.
So thanks for that, Ron. I forgot to mention it on the 15th. but you're right. You know I like these numbers, baby. I'm into it.
It's true. You're a numerologist. My mom actually texted me the other day and said, I was playing around with numbers, and did you know that if you assign, so like, you know how you do A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, etc.
Right.
That if you add up all the letters in my name and all the letters in Tina's name, we're both 44.
Whoa.
We're equal.
Whoa. Hold on now.
Yeah.
Let's assign some meaning to it, though.
Sure. Compatibility? Should we just say, 44s? 44s are good together.
That's a good compatibility number.
Sure,
I like that.
Sure.
Oh, speaking of compatibility, I may as well share this.
I mean,
why
basically, it's if you R is whatever number it is.
Right.
B is 2. You add 2 to whatever number R is.
Right.
It equals T, and the other letters are the same. So whatever.
Sure. Now I'm gonna share something with you guys that I've already completely violated my own HIPAA months ago. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue down the road of HIPAA violation.
Sure.
And I'm gonna share something on the stream here. Now I'll send this to you so you can see it as well.
Okay. Oh my God, that looks infected.
It kind of does, but it's not. It's just
is that pus?
It's just blood. Here, I'll send you. Oh, Discord. You gotta up your freaking limit on megabytes. Cameras are too strong for you.
You can't upload that. It's more than 5 megs.
I like how it says it's too powerful. Give me a break.
That's
powerful.
right, yeah. Oh.
All right, so you're getting a little bit close up on
This is your
some.
thing. This is your device.
Yeah, this is my device. Now it came off because early. It was supposed to be 14 full days. It came off because the last 4 days, the numbers had been tanking. Like saying I was like at a glucose level of like 30, which by the way should mean that I'm talking incoherently or dead. All right, so like that's too low to be. So we've been scratching our heads, doctor, me. I've been on and off with Tolbert and Dan and other people who know stuff like about this, and they're like, yeah, those numbers seem wrong. Like, what happens if you go eat an apple? What happens? And I go do it, and I show them. Well, it jumped to 50. He's like, that should jump to 130. So what the hell's this? This is weird. Something's wrong. And the whole time I'm paranoid going, oh, it's plunging. My blood has gone plungy. I'm getting, I didn't know what was going on. And anyway, I noticed today that the little adhesive was starting to come a little loose. I'm like, you know what? We're taking this off. We're going to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Because it feels wrong. Now, that pin you see.
Yeah. The needle is sticking out and kind of bent.
Yeah, that should be straight.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And it was for
it was
most
straight
of the,
when they put it in.
It was straight when I put it in, and it stayed straight the whole time except the last 4 days. There was a or 3 days, whatever it's been. It was a marked drop, and that had to have been the day where probably what happened. The theory is sometimes when you sleep and you're mushing on that thing, and I shift a little too hard, and it bends it, and now it's like barely into the
not in the
cutaneous whatever.
It's not in the place that it needs to get its reading.
Proper reading, right? So we think that. So now it makes sense because I haven't felt like I was anemic or what's the word? Is it anemic? Whatever it is.
Low insulin.
Low blood sugar
iron,
where you can
right?
barely function. What do you call that?
Yeah.
Hypoglycemic. That's it.
Hypoglycemic. That's it.
That never happened. Never felt that way. But this readings were saying I was near death, and so it was a little frustrating.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need this. And so there it is. So now
legacy human.
Yeah.
Stop fading.
as I continually flog my HIPAA in public, there you go. That's what happened with that, and everything's fine. But
yeah,
it's a little annoying, especially for a $45 device. It's expensive.
No kidding, because that was supposed to be on there for a couple weeks, and it was only on for
11 days, I think.
Okay, all right. Well, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're only a few days. We're 3 days away from the full 2 weeks, but
the last 4 days have been
haven't worked. So.
Incorrect readings. So
so it's annoying and whatever. But there was a moment. There was this weird feeling of like, all right, that's dipping below 30. If that was real, I seriously would be comatose or death right now. Like this this can't be real. So it was almost like, what's the movie? Help me with this. There's a movie where, I know what it is. It just hit me. The feeling that I had was War Games. And stay with me here. So like, you know how in War Games, when you're playing a game, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Toward the end, it looks like all the missiles are launching. They're down in the bunker safe, not safe, but the whole world's about to be annihilated. And so you got Maurice, guy from whatever, it doesn't matter who's in it. And Matthew Broderick, all those people. And they're all down there in the basement, and it starts
Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, Dabney Coleman's down there, and you start seeing pew, 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 and all these missiles are just like, and that if it's actually happening, and they don't know if it is or isn't, the world is being utterly annihilated.
Right.
But it turns out at the very end, they're not. This
is what it felt like to you.
Yeah, it felt like. Well, the missiles, the screen shows the missiles are coming, but are we really getting blown up? I don't know until I know, and then you find out, no, it was all just happening. Another thing is like Aliens, when Ripley's looking at the counter, and that's going,
and it shows all the red dots.
Yeah, and they're like, they should be right on them, but they're not. Turns out they're above or whatever. This one's not as good because it ends bad, but you know what I mean.
Sure, there's a movie where some technology just gives a false reading. Is there not?
Well,
that's not devastating to the planet or the away crew.
Right. I mean, there's got to be a better example of like a timer that ticks down.
Here it is. It's episode 18 of Quantum Leap when Al looks at his little Lego device. Gushy, come on, you gotta help me out here. Boom, 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 boom. That's what it is right there. He's hitting the side of it. Oh yeah, Gushy or Ziggy, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Ziggy says there's a 1 in 12 chance you're here to make these two kids fall in love. Wait, bing, boom, boom, bing. And he hits the side of it, and
it's perfect.
That's what it is.
Your memories of Quantum Leap are powerful. It's powerful. It really is.
Yes.
It's clear that show was something you were watching while I
was
busy
one of the
Knight
greatest
Rider.
shows of all time. There are a few shows that I'll never sit down and watch the DVDs because I'm sure they're all streaming somewhere. But I own the entire DVD set of Quantum Leap, the entire DVD set of Moonlighting, and I think in a box somewhere the entire VHS sets of the X-Files. Why the hell am I saving those? Those can just go.
Yeah, you could probably sell them for a decent amount on eBay.
You think?
Yeah, because it's such a weird collectible.
Includes a $12 VCR, Magnavox VCR.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is if they're in good shape, somebody somewhere wants to display those proudly. I'm sure of it.
Sure.
And maybe those tapes.
I also own the entire Blu-ray collection of Community because there's a lot of bonus stuff on there.
If you put the VHS tapes of X-Files next to each other, do they make a full shape of something?
Yep, it is the full. They were that's I think the reason I bought them, because each one included each set included art cards by folks like Bill Sienkiewicz and Art Adams, and it was like a fluke monster drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz, and the only way you could get it was by buying the box set. So I found cheap box sets that still have the cards in them, and bought those. I don't really care about the VHS tapes, but I wanted those cards. I wanted those cards.
No, but what I'm saying is it's gonna pay off for you, because now you have these pristine condition VHS tapes.
I do. Yeah.
And they're in the full collection. I guarantee some hipster weirdo out there is really into what you got.
All right, well, I'll put it on eBay. Let's see where it goes. We'll see what happens.
I'll bet you money.
Yeah. But Community is another one that I own all the discs for because of all the bonus stuff.
I don't think I have any complete. I have the Lord of the Rings complete uncut big thing.
Mm-hmm. Seinfeld. I also have the Seinfeld set, but I bought those eons ago.
That would give me a way to watch. I guess I have Plex or something, but
you've got a way to watch. You'll have a way to watch them in like. Besides, you're watching King of the Hill.
I got King of the Hill.
Shirking all of the recommendals that Nicole and I have given you over the past year. Well, and you're watching, I don't know, for the 11th time, 12th time.
King of the Hill, you're right. But see, this implies that I'm sitting there focused on it. This is not the kind of show I focus on. It's just sort of on somewhere, at night. It's on.
Yeah. You gotta, Parasite. You'll have to pay attention to.
Yeah. Anything I need to pay attention to, like I'm watching a documentary for Recommendals this week. I have to pay attention to that. You gotta focus. Yeah, right. Especially. I'm
excited about the movie that we watched last night for Recommendals.
Ooh.
I had to look back and make sure that nobody's recommended it yet. I don't think anybody has.
Yeah. Is it old?
Boy, am I excited.
Older?
No, it's 2019.
Okay, it's not that old.
2019 science fiction movie that nobody has ever heard of.
Hold on. I want this
good
challenge.
luck.
I take this challenge.
All right.
2019. Well, not that you'd tell me, because we're trying to save this for Wednesday, right?
Right.
If I guess it, I'll send you a message.
Okay. I mean, if you can guess on here, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or not.
That's true. You're not going to tell me either way. I'll wait until Wednesday, but I'm going to try to figure it out.
Like, if I even look at Thrillist and say, all right, the best science fiction movies of 2019, I bet it's not even going to be in this list.
Not even on the best of?
Because it's unheard of, but it's got a 92% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh, man, this sounds like something I'm going to want to watch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not even on Thrillist's the best science fiction movies of 2019. And Serenity is on there. The Wandering Earth is on there. Captain Marvel, Endgame, Happy Death Day to You. Happy Death Day to You is on this list.
What is that even? I don't even know what that is.
That's the Groundhog Day with a slasher. Blumhouse's Groundhog Day with a slasher.
Right. I think we talked about it on FilmSack once.
Yeah.
As maybe a future thing we might see.
We should.
Blumhouse is really planting the seeds for an eventual harvest on FilmSack. It's going to happen.
They really are. Like, one of these years will be all Blumhouse.
Yep.
2023.
Yep.
FilmSack is all Blumhouse all the time.
Be out there with our thresher, uprooting the old these old seeds that were planted in 2019 or so.
Yeah. Those movies I will say this. Those movies are fun. The first one takes itself a little bit more seriously than the second one. The second one is kind of like the Gremlins 2 to the first one's Gremlins.
Okay.
You know how Gremlins 2 kind of makes fun of the first movie a little bit?
Yeah, and it also, I don't know, ratchets everything up a notch to
kind
of ridiculous
Happy Death
levels.
Day 2 kind of does that.
Okay. I wouldn't be opposed. I like horror movies. I'm just usually...
That is one where I think you wouldn't need to see the first one to really appreciate the second one, though.
All right. I may do that then. Or save it for FilmSack. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
All right, couple of quick things here.
Yeah.
Where did you land, speaking of TV, where did you land on, I assume you saw it because I remember you saying you did, but did you ever see the entirety of Homeland?
We did. We finished it earlier this year.
Okay.
We had to take it in segments.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 seasons at a time.
Yeah.
Claire Danes she's a lot.
She's freaked out a lot in that show. She
freaks out a lot, and she plays Carrie, whatever her last name is, not Bradshaw. That's all I can think of right now.
Matheson. Carrie Matheson.
Matheson, thank you, Carrie Matheson. She plays that character so well. We have to figure that she's a little bit like that. That's what we kind of assumed.
Oh, that's
Claire
funny.
Danes is really good at playing that kind of type A character because she herself is kind of a type A character.
Her movie in 2010, the Temple Grandin movie, is really good. Really,
that's
really
what I
good.
hear.
Yeah, that's something to watch. All right, so
But the rest of it, Mandy Patinkin, fantastic. I mean, the show in its entirety, I think, is really, really good. It's really well put together. Some there's 7 seasons, maybe
8.
There were a couple that were kind of a little bit scattered. 8.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
But all in all, it wrapped things up nicely. The last couple seasons are crazy, but good.
Okay. All right, this is good. The reason I'm asking this is because Kim's watching it, and I'd seen seasons 1 through 2 already, or 3 maybe. And so when she fired it up, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I like that show. Let me know what you think. And then she kind of caught up to where I was, and now we've been watching new episodes together, and we're really into it. Like, this thing, for us, it's got like 24 levels of 24ness, you know?
Right, suspense and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We got really tired of the whole I love him, I hate him, I love him, I hate him of the Peter Quinn
Peter
situation, but that kind of gets that resolves itself.
If Jeremy Renner ever steps down in the Hawkeye role, I think he put that guy
I
in
saw
there.
you tweet this, and I disagree, but
I think he'd be great Hawkeye. He'd be good Hawkeye. No.
He looks like a weasel. He looks like a ferret, and I want my Hawkeye to look like a ferret.
I just think he looks a lot like Jeremy Renner. He looks like his
No,
brother
you know
or
who would be
something.
great is who was Dawson's Creek, the main dude. I mean, sorry, not the main dude, not Dawson, but the brunette dude. Fringe, Dawson's Creek.
I know who you mean. That guy.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name.
Pacey was a character name on Dawson's Creek? I think
Pacey.
so.
Get
Yeah.
a rope.
Joshua Jackson. There you go. Joshua
okay.
Jackson.
All right. Do you think he'd be a good Hawkeye?
Give me yeah.
Okay. Make him
I mean,
Hawkeye.
we're getting our if Hawkeye stops down. You can't really look at the pictures of Joshua Jackson with a full beard because it does kind of throw you off, but I think he'd make a good Hawkeye. But we're getting our if Hawkeye steps down, we've got young daughter Hawkeye stepping into the role.
Right.
And that's what the TV show is going to be all
And
about.
that's who again? She's good. Crap. Hawkeye's daughter.
Old men Google stuff.
Old man.
Ava Russo.
Oh, okay. Kate Bishop will be the character. And she's cool. I like her. Yeah, she'd be great. Anyway, what was my point? Oh,
I don't know.
so Homeland. It really has its hooks in us currently, but I also can see why some people get frustrated with some of the, like Carrie's a mess.
She is.
She's a freaking mess, and she goes from being not a mess and amazing in a certain, like, in a case they're doing, or a particular play they're doing or whatever, and then the next day she's a complete freaking mess.
And she causes problems by being a mess and like going off her meds and exploding at the wrong person, the wrong person of authority. No, it's
she throws up a lot too. It's like 4 or 5 times she barfs.
and that's after the pregnancy.
Yeah, she just keeps barfing. And that one dude, boy, he's the guy that throws me off the most in Hollywood. So the redhead guy, who was in Band of Brothers, he plays not Rigby. What's his name? The Marine that gets kidnapped and then converts and then is a terrorist and all that. That guy.
Oh well, but yeah, Peter Quinn, right? You're
no,
talking about him?
Not him. Peter Quinn's
different guy.
Yeah. Peter Quinn's the guy that he's in the CIA. Peter Quinn is. You thinking of the wrong guy.
Oh, I'm thinking of the guy. I think I am thinking of your guy. The guy I'm thinking of is the guy who gets converted and is a secret operative.
Oh,
Damian Lewis. That's the little ferret face guy.
Oh, well, he's definitely. Oh, no Hawkeye for him. No
Hawkeye for him. I see who you're talking about. Yeah.
The Peter Quinn's like a.
This guy could make a decent Hawkeye.
There you go. See, I knew it wasn't
Rupert
crazy.
Friend.
I wasn't crazy. I knew it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the other guy's a ferret face.
Yeah,
Damian Lewis.
The only problem with the Peter Quinn guy is that he did play Agent 47 in that really bad Hitman movie.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like really bad. He's terrible in it. Oh my gosh. But he's a good actor.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's
both those
confusing.
guys are
It's
British,
confusing.
and they
Couple
freak me
characters
out every time they talk because they're British, damn it. Both those actors, and they're so good at English accents or American accents that it always throws me. So you see an interview or you'll see a thing with the main guy, the redhead, the ferret face,
Yeah.
and he'll be talking normal like, oh, Carrie, I got this, and Carrie, I got that. And then he'll do an interview and go, yes, well, I was playing the character, and I found it to be... It's like those guys are the most British-ass British people. That blows my mind how good they are doing our voices. Blows my mind.
The guy that always blows me away is the guy on Succession, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, who's not a member of the family, but is married to Shiv. And he was on that not really fictionalized dramatization of the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire scandal in the UK.
Oh, right.
And seeing him with his regular UK accent just freaked me out. Like, oh my God, all right, this guy is totally British, but you'd never guess on Succession.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was also in that Ripper Street, which is British. And if you watch, I watched that first, and then Succession, and Succession blew my mind because I was like, who are you? Who even are you? What is this? So what's going on over there? Zoe, can you explain yourselves? What's going on? It's amazing. Like, not all of you get it right. Some of you, the Scottish seem to have a little trouble. Ewan McGregor does a pretty good job, but he's had his moments of back and forth. Sean Connery never could really pull off an American accent.
No.
So it's not like the entire UK. I know that the Scottish aren't British. The Scottish are part of the United Kingdom. That doesn't count as British, Claire. Listen to Claire. She's going to have an Irish moment. She's having an Irish moment here. Anyway.
Wait, Sean Connery is Irish? I thought he was...
No, he's British.
Thought he
he's
was
Scottish, right? He's Scottish.
I thought he was Scottish.
He's 100% Scottish. You guys are crazy.
Well, she typed that in all caps, which makes me wonder where she's getting that information. Yeah, he was born in Edinburgh.
Yeah. Gerard Butler struggles too. Yeah, a little bit, although he was pretty good in Greenland. Kind of impressed me. Or Greenland. How do you say it? Greenland or Greenland?
Greenland.
Greenland. Okay, that's what I do. We're in safe space here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll let you guys know at the
Iceland.
end. So does it end strong? Does Homeland end strong?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Like I said, the last two seasons I think are good. It was a good way to close it up. Good.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say that Mandy Patinkin leaving the very popular at the time, at its peak, leaving Criminal Minds and doing this instead, best career movie could have made.
For sure.
So much better than what the garbage he was shilling over there. Not that he was bad in it, but that show sucks. I mean, it's not good, but yeah. All right. Yes. Are they still? Gosh, you guys, Scottish are not English. The English, they hate. Well, they used to have a war. I've seen.
Scotland and England are two separate countries that both are part of the United Kingdom. But
they're united now, but not always. They used to be. You know what you are to me, McGregor or whatever. They fight with that guy from Reservoir Dogs. Remember that movie? What was that called?
Somebody point out that they used to have a war.
They used to have a war.
We're giving people so much content for Call Now. That's happening later, folks. Call Now.
Yeah,
later.
There you go. Rob Roy, that's the movie TV's Travis. Thank you.
Okay.
You know what you are to me, Rob Roy. All right. Let's move on and read this email from James. This is from James.
Okay.
James wrote in and said, "Hey, stinking bomb. Trust me, this is no way an indication of how I feel about you excellent fellows." All right?
Fair enough.
That starts things off in a certain time.
So I was about to write him off.
Yeah,
when he said that, I was like, I'm not listening to the rest of this email because of that opening.
F the rest of these letters I'm about to read.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind on my listening habits, but I just caught the discussion regarding Scott's Secret Service buddy. This is the one that sent me a poo picture. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
Says, I can assure you, getting a serious job is in no way an indication of maturity. I worked anti-terrorism in Japan, was a machine gunner in Iraq, and spent the last 6 years working on Air Force surveillance aircraft. He says, no, not the ones you're thinking. I wonder what I was thinking. Let me think for a minute. What was it? What would I think if you said surveillance aircraft?
Yeah.
I don't know what those would be.
Probably like the SR-71.
Maybe. That's a newsworthy model.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or the what's the flat one, the angular flat one, the stealth bomber?
Oh, the stealth bomber, yeah.
That's not really surveillance, though. That's
Yeah. My favorite joke whenever I see a picture of a stealth bomber is, well, that's not very stealthy. I can see it right there. It is.
that's clearly in this photo.
Yeah, I've seen them at our local air base just sitting there on the runway. I'm like, nice stealth aircraft you got there. I can see it. Anyway, poop jokes, or no, he says, I've always taken a pride in my ability to separate professionalism from downtime and intermingle them as much as I can without getting in deep shite, he says. So poop jokes and Brian are just a commonplace past the armed security and barbed wire as they are anywhere else. Yes, I know VP detail is a higher level, vice president, but one of my buddies from the Corps was the HMX Squadron, which is the president's helicopters, and I've heard some stories. So he was like, pilot or co-pilot on what's it called?
Wow.
Marine One? Marine
Air
One.
Force 2, isn't it?
That was Marine One. Because Air Force 2
the
is
helicopters. I'm sorry, right. Yes, the
Yeah.
vice president's plane is Air Force 2.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
What a bummer. You're in the second plane. What a bummer.
Well, now you've got what's his face as second gentleman.
Oh yeah,
Instead of first lady and second lady, you've got I'm second gentleman. It's like being the second best man.
I think in the haze and smoke of the current political climate that we're in, and post-pandemic and mid-pandemic and just all the reasons why it's just muddy now, it's easy to forget how actually insane, or not insane, how big a deal that is.
Yeah.
We have a female vice president. Forget about your party for a minute, all right, everybody? Forget about who you support. There's a female vice president, meaning a heartbeat away from the presidency, we have a lady for the first time in the history of this country, and a woman of color, and her husband is a first gentleman, which is a weird thing to even hear. Look at us with the crazy.
It's crazy. I know. Yeah, we it feels like that. The excitement over that just fizzled out really quick, and then we got back to pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. Meh. Delta variant. Meh.
Don't go there.
I know. I'm trying not
daily,
to invoke
we're
its
watching
name.
everything like, all right, Ireland's still on. Okay, all right. Japan's still going. Okay, good.
You're trying to get it all in before the next big wave. I can see.
We are, exactly.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Good. What about Epsilon? Oh no, Epsilon's coming.
Is there really an Epsilon?
No,
I know
not yet.
There's a Lambda, but I don't think it spreads as fast as Delta.
A Lambda variant?
Yeah, there's a Lambda variant. I feel bad for the Delta variant. I feel bad for Delta Airlines. I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
I just feel like they have to deal with like this name thing. That's not fun. It's like having your name be Hitler,
Right. Or what was the that was like Corona. Corona beer, you know?
Corona beer, yeah. Exactly. They're just getting over that.
Yeah. What if you could get a Corona beer on a Delta flight right now?
I wonder if you could. That's pretty funny. All right. He finishes this by saying, I hope your buddy doesn't lose himself in that black hole that is Washington. Hopefully he'll send you another poo pic soon. Love the show, James. Well, James, I appreciate the insider's view there. Seems like the whole world likes to have a little fun. We just see the professionalism on the outside, but just below the surface, y'all are, making fart jokes and running around like the Three Stooges. So it's good to know. I haven't heard from my friend at all. He doesn't listen to the show, this old pal of mine. When I used to know him, I guarantee this would have been something he would have loved to listen to every day.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten, I don't know, the Secret Service made him a little cold.
High and mighty. Yeah. Hoity-toity.
Just a little cold now.
Yeah, less fun.
That's okay, though.
You need to text him and say, you used to be fun.
You used to be fun. Remember that poo picture? Here it is. Look at it.
Remember you used to be fun.
You were great. Now you're lame. All right, let's do the news, and it's coming right up. The news is brought to you by
Jerry Tolbert and Dan Patrice, because smart people can be very useful.
Very useful.
Very useful.
They have been incredibly helpful to me while I had to do all these new meds and stuff.
While you're looking at bent needles and all that sort of thing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dan was like, he was the first one to say, those numbers don't look right. And then Jerry confirmed it. And, of course, Jerry's, full-time doctor and knows everything. So he's like, okay, none of those meds mix and this, and that, and the other. And, like, these guys are just great friends to have is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So be nice to your friends.
Always be good to know people who know stuff.
Yeah. If they know things, you're going to need them, is what I'm saying. All right. Alien burps in the news. We go from important doctor information to important news about alien burps. They may have been detected on Mars by NASA's Curiosity rover. This is real, by the way. Space.com is talking about it. A group of scientists have just pinpointed the location on Mars of a mysterious source of methane, a gas most often produced by microbes, and NASA's Curiosity rover could be right on top of it. Methane blips have been pinged on Curiosity's detection system 6 times since the rover landed on Mars' Gale crater in 2012. But scientists weren't able to find the source for these what they're calling burps. Now, with a new analysis, the researchers may have traced the methane burps to their origin. To calculate the unknown methane source, researchers at the California Institute of Technology modeled the methane gas particles by spitting them into a discrete packet or packets.
Or splitting.
Splitting. What did I say? Spitting? Splitting?
Spitting the methane.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very scientific method of spitting.
That's right.
Taking into account the wind speed and direction at the time of their detection, the team traced their parcels of methane back through time in their possible points of emission. By doing this, for all of the different detection spikes, they were able to triangulate regions where the methane sources are most likely located, with one of them being just a few miles away from the rover. Anyway, they still don't know what's doing it, but because it's microbial, it could be biological, whatever it is.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's not just like a little fart volcano.
Yeah. What if it's John?
Could be little, like a whole hive of little Mars critters that are all farting.
Yeah, and they're just farting away because that's what you do. You fart. What if it's just a cow? Someone sent a cow up there, and we just forgot that we did it.
Just a cow with an astronaut helmet on it.
Just sitting there farting.
Just sitting there chewing on patch of grass.
Cows are dumb. We were, of course, talking on the day where Bezos and his little pack of cronies came back to Earth, flew for 11 minutes, and then came back.
Yep.
That makes 2 billionaires in 2 weeks who have done their duty there.
Right. Well, but Branson has an asterisk. Bezos went past the 62-mile above sea level
that's true.
Mark of what they call space.
Yeah, I noticed, too, there's a real difference between the ships.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean the
their
penis
appearance.
shape.
Yeah.
I don't just mean the phallus version of Bezos's, but like the Virgin Air one would look like something Star Trek would dream up. And the interior in particular was super fancy and schwanky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Bezos's thing was a lot more just, let's get this penis in the air. Let's get it up there, That surprised me.
Well, he got all the parts with free 2-day shipping. They didn't have time to really gussy it up.
There's also an Amazon recommended or whatever. So,
right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All the pieces, by the way, came in boxes that were 3 times too large for them, and tons of air pillows.
There you go.
To support them.
Now, I'm genuinely excited for the old lady that was on there, the 85-year-old.
Oh yeah, right.
What's her name? She has a funny name. Oh, Wally
Funk.
Wally Funk.
Wally Funk.
Yeah, Wally Funk. She looks legit stoked, and also in the amazing shape for her age. And I can't help but be happy for her. I don't.
For sure.
I kind of like as easy it is to get tangled up in the billionaires at their thing and the whatever. They're just now achieving with their billions what we collectively as a society did 70 years ago. and yet we're somehow freaking out about it. But on the other hand, I also like the space exploration being pushed forward no matter what is pushing it forward. And then I go back and forth and back and forth. But at the end of the day, 85-year-old lady up there, awesome. Well done. Yeah. Now the oldest astronaut ever in space. So
that's super cool.
Yeah, she holds the record.
It would be nice if they all could have just gotten together and ridden up there on one billionaire-owned flight and then used some of their billions for other things.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Everyone always says, "Man, with this money, they could change the world." They could do both things.
They could do both things. Yes,
we talked about
this last week.
They have enough to do both of those things, even simultaneously. They have enough people, money, and resources and wherewithal to make all kinds of positive change.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They're all measuring wieners right now. That's what they're doing.
Icor asks, "Are you an astronaut if you're just a passenger?"
I mean, you're an astronaut. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think there were scientists on some of the space missions that weren't actively flying the capsule.
Yeah, there's also Leninate, I agree, and they choose not to do both. Yeah, no, it bugs me. Like the lady, the teacher that tragically exploded in the Discovery flight when all those people died.
Christina McAuliffe. Yeah,
they called her an astronaut. She's a teacher.
They did. That's right.
So, yeah, it's all astronauts, man. You're an astronaut, but not spelled N-O-T. Okay, all right.
That's right.
Hey, Joey Image in the chat room. Look, we have a pro wrestler here. Everybody, professional wrestler.
He wants
Joey
to borrow
Image.
my moonlighting DVDs. It sounds like we talked.
He'll just
he mentioned
he'll
that
rip
earlier.
them and put them on one of his thousands of hard drives, and it'll be available for the rest of us to plex by tomorrow, I'm sure. All right, moving on.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll see what these farting things are eventually. I think that's super interesting because even if it's
I'm
just
curious.
the natural fauna, flora under the crust sort of thing, that's still fascinating. Like, what the heck is that? Can't believe farts are going to or burps and farts are going to be the big thing on Mars.
Yeah.
Get your burp to Mars. All right.
And where were the spiders?
We got to talk about this Tour de France sausage truck that got in the way.
All right, sounds good.
You like biking, Brian? You've been doing that.
I do. I finally got back on the bike yesterday after not riding since the MS 150. Felt really good.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear
Yes.
that, actually. I was going to ask you something else about that, and I forgot what it was. About your ride. I can't remember now. Anyway, so you got this. I know what it was. On a ride like the MS 150, do you have to do a bunch of maintenance on the bike when you're done? Does it do that kind of stress on the bike, or do you not worry about it?
No, not really.
Okay.
I took it to a shop before the ride to just have it lubed up and the chain tension checked and tires checked and all that stuff. But
Right.
but no, not afterwards. Claire is asking if I carry a tire. These all, by the way, be good questions for Call Now later. But
they
for
would
the
be.
MS 150, I don't, and I don't even carry a pump because there are so many race vehicles that go back and forth for people who are having problems that I don't need any extra weight of that sort of thing. If I need repair, I go off to the side. A race truck shows up probably within 10 minutes and says, "Hey, need something?" And I can say, "Yeah, I got a flat."
Has it happened to you before?
Nope.
Look at you.
I've never needed it, but I've seen lots of people who have.
Yeah, I was going to say somebody somewhere's got to have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Else, why even have the truck? Well, let's talk about this truck. This is a very different
Let's talk
kind
about
of
the
truck.
sausage truck. Yeah.
Sausage truck got stuck. You know how these little French roads, there's no like double lanes or anything. These things are 100 years old.
Narrow, mountainous French roads.
Yeah. Well, a big old truck full of sausage broke down and blocked the race entirely. You couldn't get around it. And this was stage 8 of this year's 2021 Tour de France. 102 kilometers into the mountainous stage, something went wrong. A big truck laden with promotional sausages got stuck. What does that mean? Wait a minute. Promotional sausages.
These are going to be handed out at the next rest area, the next stop. Would you like some sausage to help you with the last part of the race?
You may have seen us stuck in the road before when you could not pass.
I know we are in France, but these are German sausages.
German! Jawohl! That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a promotional caravan traveling ahead of the peloton. Peloton. Is that what it's called? The whole thing's called a peloton?
Yeah, a group of cyclists in a race is a peloton.
Oh. Well, no wonder that name's popular.
Cluster.
I thought it was just the brand of those running things. Anyway, whatever. It casts assorted treasures and single-use plastics into the waiting public's hands. This is written like frilly here. Let's see. This was a 7 Citroën 2CV drive ahead of the race. What does that mean? The caravan fires along 7. I don't know what any of these words mean. This is French or something.
So 7 cars like clearing the way vehicles go in front of the race so that they can make sure that the road ahead is clear, that there aren't problems.
Oh, got it. Got it.
I guess that's just the make and model is the Citroen 2CVs.
Well, that fat ass truck if you see where this thing is, chat room, look at that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just not.
And there's room for a bike to get around the side, but boy, that is a steep drop off on the other side of that little foot tall stone wall on the other side of the truck.
Yeah. In a more violent time, we might all get up behind it and push it over and just push it over the edge and call it a loss. Just a promotional sausages is all you'd lose.
Well, won't somebody think of the sausages?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. All right. Speaking of Florida. Nope, we didn't talk about Florida. Let's talk about Florida.
No, let's talk about Florida. It's time we had a little talk about Florida.
Yep, they need it. Florida man.
It's just not working out, Florida.
No, it's not. We're going to sever you and just have you float off to Cuba or whatever.
That's right.
Florida man told police, or he tried to throw a live gator into a building's roof. This is a thing that happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
because that's a thing.
Yep. Florida man told police officers he was teaching a lesson. A lesson, sorry, the gator. When he tried to throw a live gator he had stolen from a miniature golf course onto the roof of a beachside cocktail lounge.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there.
Yeah.
So they have live gators at miniature golf courses in Florida?
I guess so. Hold on, let's see.
I thought the windmill hole was tough. You got
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so this is the info they give. The 32-year-old man was arrested early Thursday when Daytona Beach Shores police spotted him attempting to throw the gator onto the roof of this cocktail lounge. The officers saw the man take the alligator by its tail. That's what you do. That's what they say, is to take that alligator by the tail, they say.
Yeah, take the
hit
gator
it-
by the tail. If he hollers, let him go.
Yeah,
Something
there
like
you go,
that.
like that. Yeah, it's some life advice. He says they hit it against the awning of the building and threw it into the ground and stomped on it twice.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's a lot more to
Right.
this story. The man from Homestead, Florida, was taken into custody, charged with possession and injury of an alligator, unarmed burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, and theft and criminal mischief. The man told officers he had stolen the gator from an enclosure. There you go, near the miniature golf course. All right, so there you go. Because this says from a miniature golf course.
That guy needs to be thrown into the enclosure with the remaining gators and let them stump on him for a while. I'm fine with that.
Yep. And let this reporter hang out with him for a while, because he said earlier from the miniature golf course and then later said an enclosure nearby the miniature golf course.
No. An enclosure at a nearby miniature golf course.
Well, look at the
Not
I got
an enclosure
that.
near
But look
a
up
miniature
top.
golf course.
Look up top where he says Florida man throw a live alligator he had stolen from a miniature golf course.
Correct.
That is incorrect.
He had stolen the gator from an enclosure at a nearby miniature golf course.
Why is
The miniature golf course is nearby and contains an enclosure that previously contained this gator.
Why are there enclosures with gators in them at a miniature golf course?
I don't know. We're gonna break this sentence down, Scott.
I'm really annoyed by that.
Underline the subject and the predicate.
No, you're totally right, but I guess in my head there should be never a golf course that includes a container.
I agree.
with
Whether
a thing
there's
in it.
whether there's an enclosure or not,
Yeah, that's really weird.
I was like, all right, we gotta go by the hole where you do the loop to loop. By the way, right next to it is a cage with some alligators in it.
You're absolutely right, man. Claire, I can fix your keyboard if the all caps button won't.
Her caps locked. I think there's some gin stuck under the key.
Yeah.
Keys that are forcing it into caps lock.
It's just a little sticky or something. It's weird.
Yeah. Unlock your caps.
All right, final story. It's a horror movie, says a dude about a biblical swarm of mosquitoes that has invaded Cape Cod. Oh no.
Uh-oh, it's a plague. Plague of mosquitoes.
It's a plague, everybody.
Here it comes.
Yeah,
It's happening.
as promised in the Bible. Let's see. An outbreak of pesky insects in Wellfleet, brought on by saltwater inundation of the Duck Harbor due to dune overwash. Man, there's a lot in there. Wow, there's the Cape Cod Mosquito
Saltwater
Control
inundation.
Project. Wow, that's awesome.
Duck Harbor due to a dune overwash.
Yeah, dune overwash.
I know. It's the next game from Blizzard and director Villeneuve is Dune Overwash.
This year we get Dune. Next year, Dune Overwash, and then Blizzard.
Are we still getting Dune? A new Dune? I know Dune just got pushed back again. Is it December though? It's still happening this year.
October.
Right?
Currently October.
October. Okay. All
and
right.
according to Universal executives, it is not budging from there. So
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
They better not. They're not Universal.
When is,
Warner Brothers.
when is Live and Die Another Day Without Bond, whatever it's called?
Bond.
No Time to Die. That's
No
it.
Time to Die. Yeah, that's been in the hole forever, right?
Yeah. Is that still happening this year?
Current production development release. Here we go.
October 8th. Okay.
Okay, so October's your month.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, Mr. Bond. Do you expect me to release the film? No, I expect you to push.
I expect you to delay it again, Mr. Bond. This year, guys. This year, Wraith.
This year.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the plan.
Dune and Bond, October 2021.
This guy over here at the NBC Boston affiliate said, we had a washover effect. Mother Nature breached a dune, and it was ripe ground for breeding. I don't know what the frickin' what's this dune business? Hold on. All right. Well, he says
dunes on Cape Cod. They're dunes on the Cape. Did you not listen to the lyrics of the Pina Colada sung by Rupert Holmes?
Oh, does it say there's dunes on the
There are
Cape?
dunes on the Cape.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. That's better than capes on the dune.
that's true. Yeah.
Let's see. Water gets so high enough to go over the dune system, which is normally a high point, and protects the duck harbor behind it. Okay. Thank you, Paleasca, like Loco, Coco.
Rocco.
That's awesome. I didn't know that's how that worked. And also, I don't think people in Florida should be, or anybody in, Cape Cod rather, should be saying anything about it being biblical in size, because people have a tendency to believe dumb stuff like that, and will now have a doomsday thing where they'll lock themselves in their basement with a gun.
Oh,
because,
it's biblical.
Yeah,
Oh.
I heard it's a biblical in size. Oh no! Ah! Rupert Holmes hates that song now. Is that true?
Well, he should, because it's basically saying, yeah, this couple just both decide they're going to cheat on each other, and then they end up at the same place, and oh, darn it. Yeah, I was going to cheat on you, but you like the same things I do. All right, let's get back together.
Adorable. That doesn't happen.
It's the worst meet cute ever.
That just makes me want to eat meat. All right, moving on. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's call now. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Jury's not here today. He had a meeting. And because of that, we're going to let you call us at the number 801-471-0462 and take your live calls. We're going to hear what you have to say. That'll be after the break, so don't call yet. But call soon. Not now, but soon. Before we go there, though, Brian's got to play a song. So, Brian, you want to do that?
I do, yeah. Listener Dylan wrote in and said, hey, love this song. I've contacted the band and told them that I love the song, and I'd love to ask for permission to have it played on TMS. They said yes. He sent me a little screenshot of their discussion, and I agree. I believe him, and I trust him.
I do too.
That is undoctored. This is a band called 4 Minutes Later. It is Junior and Moon are the members. A couple of best friends that started recording music together in 2018, and been cranking it out. These guys are fantastic. This is their brand new single. It's called In My Head. Here is 4 minutes later.
It was your job to lure them to an ambush. If they escaped, then you failed me!
Too bad you will die.
The morning stream. I'm still stuck on Pumbaa.
All right, welcome back to the show. That song again, please.
That song again is the band 4 Minutes Later and their brand new single, In My Head. Big thanks to listener Dylan, who not only found the song, but also contacted the band and asked for permission. He's rad for doing that. You can be rad, too, by doing the same thing.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to be rad?
Yeah.
Be
You should
rad.
be just as rad as Dylan.
Yeah. Be rad. That's what I say.
Yeah, be rad. Be rad like Brad.
Yeah, be rad like Brad. Brad's pretty rad. Brian, it's time for...
Call now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Chance for us to hear from our listeners and see what they got to say. We already have a caller. Let's find out who it is. First caller up. Who's this?
Hey guys, it's Desiree.
Hello, Desiree.
Hey,
Rainbow
Desiree.
Bright.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's
Yes.
been a while. Is your rainbow still bright, or how's that going? Good.
Yes, I'm still for the most part shining bright. Yep.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
Always good to hear from you. What is your big question for us today?
Oh, well, you had mentioned earlier about the thing that you had on your arm.
Yeah.
If there was a movie related to that.
Oh yeah.
There's actually a whole movie related to that. It's called The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
Oh, really?
The premise of the movie was that she got a concussion, went to get a scan, and the machine basically was all faulty. And what happened was they told her, "Oh, you're about to die in like a couple of weeks." So she was like, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't lived my life." So she goes out and she's like, "Oh no, since I'm going to die in a few days, I'm going to go and use all the money that I've saved, and I'm going to live my life."
Yeah.
And that's the whole. It's the whole premise of the movie is that she thought she was dying based off of a faulty machine.
Well, now I'm looking at this this listing on IMDb. Now that I've seen it, look at this. I've seen this. Kim not make me. She had me watch this, and it was pretty good. It was like not your typical rom-com, because there's some rom-com elements to it, but it's not your typical one of those. It had a great cast. Queen Latifah,
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
We love and everything.
Yeah,
Alicia Witt.
he's a meth dealing chicken
Gerard
lord.
Depardieu.
Yeah, Timothy Hutton is in there. whole bunch of people. Anyway, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
you know
it's
a really cute movie.
Yeah, you're not only you're not wrong. This is the perfect example. You did it. You nailed what we were looking for. So well done.
Yeah, all right. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, it's really good to hear you, and
Always good to hear from you.
Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. Is it today's Tuesday?
Yes, thank you. You
Today's
too.
Tuesday.
We'll see you later. Bye. All right.
So who's in charge? Like, let's say your doctor tells you you've got a couple weeks to live. You decide, all right, I'm going to blow all my savings and just live it up for the next couple weeks. Then we say, oh, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Are they on the hook then for all the money you spent? And is it their? Seems like it'd be their responsibility to pay that back.
Seems like it, right?
The doctor that made the mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Feels like it, but then they make you sign a bunch of stuff that like gets them out of any kind of duty there. I hate that. All right, we got a caller on the line who has called in for
Call now.
And they're right here now. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Matt. How are you?
Matt, I'm good.
Hey, Matt.
How are you?
I am just amazing and glorious and living a great day today.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Excellent.
Matt,
Living your best life.
Yeah, no kidding. Matt, where are you from?
I'm from Missouri.
Missouri.
Outside St. Louis.
All right, nothing wrong with Missouri. I have a lot of friends in St. Louis, so I guess you all take care of each other or something like that. Anyway, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, which one's better, Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario World?
World, Brian.
Oh, really? I say 3.
You like 3
Super
better?
Mario Brothers 3, yeah.
3's really good. You're not wrong.
I like, you get Yoshi in World, but you get the raccoon suit in 3.
That's true. I think 3 endures in lots of ways that no one expected. The best version of 3, though, is the Super Mario Brothers All-Stars upgrade they did on the SNES, which made it look like World. That's probably, that would be my answer, that version, yeah.
That's kind of, right, it's kind of a cheat because we're almost saying both in that one, but...
yeah. They're both really good games,
for sure.
Yeah, they're two of the. I mean, they're the 2 high points of the 2D era for those games. But yeah. Well, you know what? We'll give it 3. Brian brought me back around. He's right. Raccoon soup wins everything. See you later, man. Thanks for the call. If you have something you want to say or state, you can call now.
Call now.
801-471-0462. 801-471-0462, and it can be anything. Whatever you want to say.
You can explain the difference between British, UK, and English
I would love it if somebody did that.
And
that would be amazing if somebody called in about that. Here's a listener. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Amy, Red Fraggle in the chat.
Oh,
hey, Amy, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
The great Robinson, comma Amy. Hey, welcome back. It's good to have you on the air as always. What's on your mind today?
Well, I was wondering, because I have like a gajillion of these, but is there like a hobby or a creative thing that either of you have like always wanted to do, but you've never gotten around to doing it?
Yes. Full-sized, large-scale sculpting.
Oh, really? Like Statue of David size sculpting?
Yes, something big and massive like that. And it can be whatever. It's not. I don't even have like a subject that I would prefer one over the other. But like even like a big Mandalorian, I don't care. Just to want to do a big clay sculpture, have it bronzed, that kind of thing. Always something I wanted to do, and I have,
Have you unwrapped that block of clay?
I did. It's over there, unwrapped but not used yet. It's unwrapped though.
Right, so now it's just drying out.
Yeah. So I keep doing this where I buy, sculpty things, and then I don't do anything with it because they're just so time consuming and messy and everything. But yeah, man, I love that sort of thing, and I wish I did more.
The road behind me is littered with hobbies that I really want to complete and do. Like I want to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah.
And I've got the software to do it. I pay for Musician.
Yeah.
I just need to sit down. What I need to do is actually devote like an hour a day to not doing freelance, not doing podcasting, not doing anything else, just focusing on one of my desired hobbies and completing it.
So outside of the guitar thing, you got another one? Like what's another? I knew you like the guitar stuff. What else you got?
What else? Let's see. I've got I still have Bill's Bilderan's gun that I need to finish painting and designing and all that stuff. Like there's a few painting projects that I need to take care of. I think that's kind of like all part of the painting minis, painting 3D prints that I've done that need to be printed. What else? I want to learn to play the didgeridoo, but I've got a little portable didgeridoo over there.
I love how diverse these are.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't be more unrelated.
It is.
Yeah.
They totally are. Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
I think that's awesome. Well, Amy, how about you? What's a thing you've never done that you wish you could do?
Oh gosh, I have tons. Metalworking. Like I have a friend who does really cool like metal sculptures.
Ooh, yeah.
And also I've always wanted to learn how to fix cars.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like get an old like beat up Volkswagen Beetle and restore it or something. It just sounds like a really cool project. But
doesn't it though? But it's going to take so much room and stuff and time and breaking your arms and legs and like all this stuff you have to do to get. I don't know. The car stuff is.
That's exactly the problem. Yeah.
Like I totally relate to that. My dad did this very thing. He would buy cars and fix them up. It's exactly what he did, and I used to admire it and go, man, one day I want to do that too. I can't freaking bring myself to even pull the trigger. Like it seems like a money hole and a time sink and all that. But then again, I don't know. I really like the video game Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, I think it's called. It's really good. It's like
it's a lot easier to store, right? You don't have to store an entire car for that hobby. You just have to have a little bit of storage space.
Exactly.
Online streaming
fits on your hard drive, but it's fun because you can get like an old Mustang or something, and then from the rusty body just work yourself up to like a perfectly pristine car, and it adheres to a lot of the stuff you have to do in real life, but without the mess and the cost. So I don't know. For anyone out there who may want to dabble in that, that's a thing. You can do that.
That's a good option. I will look into that.
Yeah, you should.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, you should.
If I may, that itch for me.
I may have if I have a code somewhere, I'll be in touch with it because you'd have fun with that. I think.
Right on. Thank
Amy,
you.
always good to hear from you. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time. If you want to be like Amy, you can call the show 801-471-0462 and
call now.
And you can be on the show. We can talk and we can discuss things and have a little back and forth. We haven't done this in a while, so it's nice to see a little rush of calls. Here's one. This is someone on the phone now. Hi, who's this?
Hello. You wanted someone to clarify between Ireland, Scotland,
I like how you said clarify. Clarify. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Oh, yes, I should clarify.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Yeah, weird. All right, so hey, it's Claire Gack, and she is now joining us, and now we finally, after all this time, we get a historically accurate description of what the hell's going on with England, Ireland, and Scotland. Go.
So, yeah, just to clear up, when you mention... Oh, I'm echoing. This is better. If you guys say Britain or a British actor, they tend to be English, and I think that's the issue.
But wait a minute. But the whole thing when we were talking in the chat was that you were saying, or somebody was saying, maybe it wasn't you, but somebody was saying the Scottish are British, and they're not British, right? They're Scottish.
The Scottish are British.
They are?
Yeah, the Great Britain is the landmass.
Okay.
United Kingdom takes that and adds Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
So if the
Northern
Scottish,
Ireland.
if you asked a Scottish person, said, "Hey, are you British?" What would they tell me? Would they say, "Yes, we are British," or would they be pissed that I
If
asked?
I ask my mother is Scottish. She doesn't like to be called British, but that's just because no one really likes to be Sorry, Zoe. But that's only because they're like trying to get independence as well. But really, they are British.
Okay. So they are
There you go.
British. I didn't.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know that. I thought there was this divide between all three of you, where you were all like, "We're Irish, they're British, they're Scottish, but we're all united in the kingdom," sort of thing. Nope. All right.
Yeah, well, like that's the thing with like the Northern Irish. Some people will call themselves British, even though they're really not. But it just depends who you ask. It's a whole political thing.
Yeah. So what's Liam Neeson? What do we call him?
He's from Ballymena, so he's from the north of Ireland or Northern Ireland.
So would he call himself British, do you think? Or would he just say, I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want,
he's
but...
UKian.
Oh, okay. Would he say...
He would call himself Northern Irish or Irish.
Okay.
I don't know what he would call himself.
Well, he's got... I mean, I don't know if his special set of skills includes being multiple things, but perhaps he does.
But technically, he's not from Great Britain since he's from Northern Ireland.
Right. That makes sense. All right. Well, this has been really enlightening, Claire. I really appreciate the clarification.
Yes.
I really do, actually.
And I should clarify
Yeah.
that I said, in all caps as I do, that Sean Connery was Irish. I always get Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan confused, so that's my bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Pierce Brosnan was definitely... Wait.
Yeah, he's Irish.
He's Irish. Right. Pierce Brosnan's Irish. Or no, I thought he was... No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about.
Sean Connery is Scottish.
Who's Welsh? Batman's Welsh.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, right?
I know Catherine Zeta-Jones is Welsh.
Right.
Tom Jones is Welsh.
Tom Jones isn't it usual? That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
No way. I didn't know that. All right. Well, we've learned a lot. Claire, have a fantastic week and give
Hey, Claire,
my best
45 days if all goes well.
Oh, 45. Well,
I'll see you in 45 days.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Claire?
45 days. Woo!
It's not very much.
I'm very excited. I'll have to buy in all of the whiskey and all of that.
Yeah. Get him drunk, will you, while he's there?
Well, I do have to be sober enough to drive on the wrong side of the road from the wrong side of the car.
Oh,
so,
right. Good point. We don't want to make that any harder. Claire, have a great week. I'll see you next time. It's always nice to hear from Claire.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't know that. I feel dumb now. I didn't know they were considered British. Like all the movies, it's Mel Gibson fighting the British.
Right. I know that part gets a little confusing.
That's all I have to go
off.
off.
As you said, they had a war.
Yeah, they did. They did
a war.
They did a war, and
they did a war.
They used to have a war.
That's what it was. They used to have a war.
It's so funny. All right, we got another caller on the line. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Stephanie.
Stephanie, look at this. You know
all ladies calling in the show today. I love it.
Well, we had one dude. We had Matt.
Oh, we had Matt. Matt called in. That's right.
But
Poor
this
Matt.
is amazing. I wanted to actually address this real quick. We have probably, I don't know if we can claim this or not, but as podcasts and live streams go, I think we have one of the higher female listenerships of anywhere.
I think so.
And I don't know why, but I love it. So don't stop, everybody.
Take that, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, take that, Joe Rogan, with all your
sausage
dudes.
And your Tour de France blocking sausage party.
Yeah, all your men that you have. Anyway, it's nice to have you here. How are you doing, Stephanie? What's your question today?
I'm doing well. I actually had like a thought, and then I was going to follow up with a question.
Okay.
So I've been working from home, self-employed, for about 1.5 years now.
Yeah.
And it like occurred to me last night that what I do specifically is not something that I will be able to retire on. It's just kind of something I decided that I was going to dabble with for maybe like 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And then I had to, it occurred to me that I might have to go back into the workforce, and I don't know if I would go back into the field I was working in prior to being self-employed, or if I should try something new. And it just kind of freaked me out a little bit because I kind of dread going back into the actual workforce again.
Sure.
So it just kind of made me, I was just thinking about that, and I was like, oh, you guys are also like work from home, self-employed, kind of do your own thing. What would you guys do if you were like okay, we don't
Forced.
need you anymore. What your services are irrelevant. So now you have to go into the workforce. Like, what would you guys do?
Oh, that's such a great question.
That's
Brian,
funny.
What jumps to your head first? Brian?
Yeah, I get stuff. By the way, I don't know. I think I don't see why you couldn't continue to design, because you're talking about the stuff, the freelance stuff you're doing is the designing mermaid, not costuming, but the
Just mermaid tails, Brian. Just mermaid tails.
mermaid tails. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was like you could do that, continue to do that even into retirement and stuff. But anyway, so because I'm on LinkedIn for some stupid reason, I get notifications anytime there are job opportunities. It's like, oh, well, so-and-so is looking for an audio engineer or looking for an editor or producer. And it's probably, if I had to go back into the office, I would try and go into that kind of space where I'm working in a studio kind of environment, as opposed to cubicle work, plugging in zip codes into into spreadsheets.
Right.
Right.
That sort of thing.
I don't know what my answer is. This is a hard question.
Scott would go back to work at the porn warehouse.
That's true.
The dildo warehouse. Yes.
Yeah, that dildo warehouse was really profitable.
Yeah, you can have all the wieners you desire.
Yeah, all of them all day, and that's a business that never goes slow, right? It's always
Talk about a sausage fest.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I think I would, like Brian. When I was in the 9 to 5 commute world, a lot of what I do, I did there. I mean, I was a graphic designer for various companies and did, stuff like that. I would probably end up somewhere like that again. But it's possible. It is possible that faced with it, you'd go, all right, well, what if I really wanted to just go completely somewhere different here? Like, what if I wanted to go just the opposite of something? And I don't know what that would be.
Fighter or something.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it would be like a thing I'd love to teach, for example. I'd love to teach. But you can age out of that, so I don't know if that's a thing I'd even want to go for. But I've always felt like if there was ever a thing that there's an alternate universe where it's actually happening. There's some universe where I'm a teacher, and I'm teaching kids K through 12 somewhere in that range, and it can be anything from art classes to anything. Honestly, I love working with kids, so I probably would maybe think about that. That would take some time because you need a teaching certificate. You need, I'm not.
Right.
I didn't go to school for any of
Or
that stuff.
education.
So yeah, so you got to kind of, in some ways, you're starting over. But if that's your question, kind of implies that a little bit, kind of the possibility of starting over. Why not? I mean, I could start with, who knows? I don't know. Teachers make crap money, so that's
right.
That's
I feel
a
like
whole
it's
other
kind
problem.
of a catch-22 because I have the education for the previous jobs I was working in, but I really didn't like it. Like, it didn't really work out for me, which is why I kind of quit and decided to go a different route. But at the same time, if I wanted to start something new, I don't really like the idea of student loans because I've never had to do that. Financial aid has always paid for my schooling, so I've never had to pay a student loan. So I kind of don't like that idea either. So it's I don't know.
I know, it's nuts. The other thing I would probably do, or I would think of immediately, would be to help Carter do this idea she's had forever of opening a cafe. We'd even call it Frog Pants Cafe, probably, because that was something we've talked about for years. But
that'd be awesome.
She wants to open a cafe so bad that features art everywhere. It would be like a little gallery. It would feature local artists and that sort of stuff, but it would also be this coffee shop. She'd have a menu that included those crazy rice bowls she makes, and just some kind of cool boutique-y thing like that. And I know it's a massive undertaking for people, but partnering with her would be totally fun. I would do that.
Yeah, so, that sounds cool. I can see her doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that anyway, at some point. But who knows how that'll pan out. But that's really a great question because
it is.
You never know. I know friends who had went to school, incurred hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt doing so in a certain area of their expertise, and then that all dried up, and now they're doing something totally not what they thought they would. And that's
the boat my husband's in right now.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I look at him as an example.
Yeah,
Not
really
sure I want to
hard.
go that route.
Well, I hope you're able to, whatever ends up happening, that you end up doing what you want to do. That's what I want for you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the advice.
Yeah, best of luck.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time. There goes Stephanie. Always nice to hear from her. If you would like to be on call now, call in 801-471-0462. We have a new listener already. Hello, who's this?
This is Nikki, the talking telescope, among other things.
Well, hello, Nikki. How are you?
Hello, Nikki.
Good. I wanted to wish you a belated happy birthday.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, we're gosh, Brian, how far are we from yours? Like a week, 2 weeks? No,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. This is that rare 2 week period where Scott is a year older than me.
Yep, just for that brief amount of time. And for a hot minute,
And
Tom.
my birthday is this weekend.
Oh, well, happy
Oh,
birthday.
it is.
That's great.
Well, early happy
I
birthday
put in
to
a
you,
song
too.
request, so you'll be seeing that.
Oh, very nice.
I did see that, yes.
When's your, or what, do you have any big plans?
From
You
today, I
anything,
believe.
You do anything fun? Or
I'm going to Texas and sitting by a pool and drinking beers.
That
That's what
sounds
I'm doing.
awesome.
Oh, very nice. Like a good part of Texas, like
the good part.
Corpus Christi or like coastline? Are we talking coastline?
Around Fort
Austin?
Worth.
Where was it?
Where? I'm sorry, where?
Around Fort Worth.
Oh, Fort Worth.
Oh, around
Okay.
Fort Worth. Okay.
Hey, can you agree with me that Dallas-Fort Worth is the worst airport ever conceived by man?
I'll
It's
agree
not
with
great.
that.
I've definitely gotten lost in there.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as LAX, which is truly the worst one. But
That one is the worst.
yeah, those are bad airports. Well, that sounds lovely. I kind of wish I was you. What else is going on? Do you have a big question for us today?
I didn't have a question, but I was going to open questions to you if you have any questions about sheep that you want to ask me. Or
I do.
science stuff.
I do have a question about sheep. Can you explain why they have the square pupils? What's that about? You know what I'm talking about? Those stupid eyes?
I think it's a prey versus predator thing. I think it has to do with the peripheral vision
Okay.
rather than like so that they can see more and stuff, and they don't need like nighttime vision like a lot of predators do. That's my general guess.
Okay, so like that makes sense to me because they're definitely on the raw end of the predatory scale, right? Like predators
For
going
sure.
after them. They're not known for going after a herd of goats or a herd of wildebeest or whatever. So that makes sense. Why do they go "Bleh!" and like sound like a person screaming? Why do they do that?
I think that's just you saying that they sound like a person, but to them they sound like sheep.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Exactly. They probably say, why do those humans sound like us when they scream?
Yeah.
All right, I have one more question about these, and then Brian, if you've got any brewing,
Sure.
throw
Okay.
them in. But my other one is, if you didn't shear a sheep, would it eventually just overwhelm itself with its coat and just die in it or something? Like, would it go forever, or is there a
Oh, yeah,
limit?
we had a news story about that, didn't we? Like a sheep
Yeah, so that depends on the sheep.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they're like older breeds that are more close to like the original wild sheep, they like lose their fur, they shed.
Yeah.
And people used to like pick it up from the ground and make wool out of that, and then they bred them so that now like the Texel, whatever they use in Australia, and in most breeding, those ones never shed. And so I think there was a sheep called Shrek that had like I don't know how many pounds of wool and almost died because it escaped and almost
Yeah,
overheated.
that was a news story here, I think. Yeah. What are the ones with like the really long, not Angora or Angola? What was? Is
You
it
can have
Angora?
Angora sheep.
Yeah.
Are
I always
they-
think of rabbits.
Oh.
Rabbits, goats, and sheep. It's a in India, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's awesome. See, every question she had an answer for this. Brian, did you have any sheep-related questions?
Yeah. Why can when sheep turn around, they always go clockwise? Why can't they turn around counterclockwise?
I think you're confusing it with Zoolander.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. That's it.
It's not a real thing.
All right, fair enough. Okay, how about this? Why are they the ones that are easier to clone? Like you always, when you hear about early cloning stuff and testing and all that, why is it that sheep were targeted and not some other animal? Is there a simplicity to their DNA or something, or what's that about?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I would say it has to do with them being easily accessible, and we know about a lot about their reproduction since we breed them, and big enough so that like you can see the ova.
And probably because they're kind of close to humans. Like, I wonder if it wouldn't make a difference if it was a sheep or a pig.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, and I've heard of pig cloning, so that's a thing. That's the other thing.
Whenever I go to Scotland, I want to go visit the taxidermized dolly that's in a museum there somewhere.
Oh, right. Is that so? They do have dolly stuffed and on display.
But are there other dollies since? Like this is just a one clone? Oh, I don't know how that worked.
I'd assume so. That was also very ethically questionable.
There's an underground army of dollies just waiting.
I know there's like in Korea, they have a place where you can just pay $30,000 and get your pet cloned. So maybe someone has a really favorite sheep that they sent.
$30,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know a guy on Twitch.
And you don't know how many you'll get because with cloning, like you might get like five of them, depending on how much the insertions work.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got one more. When a sheep, the fainting sheep, those dumb ones that like you scare them and they go, and they fall over stiff.
Goats or sheep?
Oh, those are goats, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good sheep question. Why are they goats?
Yeah, why are they? Why aren't those sheep? Like, actually, no. What is the difference between a goat and a sheep? Like the basic difference.
Okay. So they evolved from different animals. The goats evolved from things like mouflons ibex.
Yeah.
Like the ones with the big curvy horns, and sheep evolved from like bighorn sheep and such. And goats have short, like coarse hair and short little horns that are more straight than curvy.
Yeah.
And sheep are woolly and they have curly horns but they're very close. Like they can hybridize, I believe.
Yeah. You put a goat and a sheep in the same pen, and the music's just right and the light's low enough. You're gonna get some business going on.
Do sheep in Scotland bleat with a British accent or a Scottish accent?
Both, because they're Scottish and British, if I understood correctly.
Oh wow, yeah. But she came away with more information than we did. That's fantastic. All right, well, I think we're out of sheep questions. That was amazing. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know we'd have any, but you calling in really opened it up.
I know you're probably full with podcasts at the moment.
Yeah,
with DTNS and.
You got a lot going on these days.
But if you ever decide to start another one, you should call it Sheep Thrills.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Sheep on, sheeping on. Nope, don't do that. It's a bad idea. All right.
I'm becoming like you guys, where every day has a podcast going on now. It's a lot.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot. You're not wrong. Getting a taste of the real life here. Well, have a grand week, and all best to all the sheep that you come in contact with. We should probably have clarified this before I hung up on her. She works with. She's a biologist,
yes, a sheep biologist, like a sheep.
So she didn't just come in here with a thinking, hey, I like talking about sheep. Right. But there was like a reason for it. She actually has this job. All right, that's gonna do it for your calls. Thank you guys for playing Call Now. We'll do these again. Don't worry. So if you didn't get in today, well, whenever we've got a big hole, we like to fill it with this. Hey-o. All right. Let's round it out here with a quick email from a listener. By the way, that email address to use for the show is themorningstream@gmail.com. Again, themorningstream@gmail.com. This is from Craig, who says, on Thursday's show, you had a news article about a lot of folks struck by lightning in a short period of time. You asked about being struck. Well, I was struck by lightning, sort of. Ooh, here's a story.
Oh, really? Okay.
He says it was 1983, and I was 12 years old. Well, this guy's just a little older than us. That's great. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. And I was in the living room playing on the Atari 2600 on the family TV. And my dad was like 12 inches or whatever it was back then. My dad.
Right. But it was 4 feet deep.
Yeah, no kidding. There's a lot more to that TV than you think. It's just in the back. It says, my dad was sitting in his chair behind me reading. I was sitting on the floor because I had to be pretty close since it was wired controllers. We did not have cable TV at the time. Lightning struck the TV antenna at the top of our house. The bolt traveled down the antenna wire, through the television, through the wires to the Atari, and through the controller wire, leaving a small burn mark on my hand where I held the controller.
Wow.
Fortunately, I was fine. Very small burn mark, but it was loud and it scared the shit out of me, he says. Needless to say, wait, you sent a sound clip of him getting scared. Hold on, see if this is true here.
All right, let's hear it.
Here it is. Oh wow, that's
wow. You always think that lightning strikes are a lot louder, but they
it's really quiet.
Really, I hear they're kind of silent but deadly. Those lightning strikes.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. He says, needless to say, the TV, Atari, and all the wiring were fried, but nothing else in the house was damaged. So that's my story of being sort of struck by lightning. Love the show though, Craig. Well, You're the only one I heard back from people who got struck. So you're as close as we got, which probably speaks to the rarity of the experience. Just doesn't happen that often, so
can't see Yar's Revenge now without experiencing some PTSD.
This is correct,
Craig. Yeah. You remember the 2600 had to be attached to your TV with the two. You'd had the little things on the back of your TV. You'd unscrew, and then put the two little prongs on the screws, and then tighten them back up.
Yeah,
and you had to put on channel 3 to be able to play, or channel 2 or 3 to be able to play Atari.
Yeah, wasn't that called
RF? I think
RF signal. RF, yeah, RF.
RF, yeah. RF cables or RF.
My lord, that was so long ago. So weird compared to today. You just stick a freaking HDMI in there and you're done.
Yep, exactly. Input. Oh, I'll just change inputs and play my PS4.
Hey, Guacmar, you should send your email story in about you getting struck in '92. I'd love to hear it.
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
Yep, love to hear it.
TMS Mashups, by the way, says we have a mashup.
We have a few, actually, some bonusy stuff. I think, I'll just start with this one.
We want to save those for tomorrow? We can save those for tomorrow.
Well, let's play this Clip-Clop one. We have the origin of the Clip-Clop moment. That'd be fun, right?
Oh, fantastic. Excellent.
All right, we're doing that. So let's take a walk back through time, everyone. Yesterday, I realized this is a tribute, I suppose, to the new MacBooks and how long their batteries last. But, Brian, I was missing my charger. And I thought, well, did I leave it in the car? Did I leave it under the bed? What did I do? And then I looked everywhere. For hours I looked. And I went, oh, my gosh, I haven't charged this since Nerdtacular. So I thought, well, I should call Snowbird just first and see if they've got anything in Lost and Found. I know it's been a while, but we may as well check. So I call. They say, yeah, let me, we loved your event, by the way. That was awesome. Blah, 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 blah. They're just totally buttering me up on the phone, and then said, let me send you to our Lost and Found department. I said, great. They send me, and I get a voicemail. Hi, this is the Snowbird Lost and Found. Please leave us a number, and we'll get back. There's nobody there, but they'll call me back. So I leave a message. No big deal. I say, here's my number. Call me back. So then they called me back, and here's the phone call. All right, you ready for this?
Okay. Yes.
Listen to this.
In the room, in the clip, in the Snowbird clip lost in the Utah. If you're available, can you call me back? Bye-bye. Thank you. You have a good day.
That was it. That was the entire call. No number.
In the United States?
Yeah. No number, no name, no anything.
I think that she must have started talking while your outgoing message was going on.
It must have been because she missed here. It's so abrupt at the beginning here.
In the room, in the clip, in the Snowbird clip lost in the Utah. If you're available, can you call me back?
So I didn't know, I hear that and I go.
She doesn't know where she is. I think she found your number. She's looking for help. She's looking for a way out.
Yeah, it was definitely a cry for help. I need to get up there and save her is what I need to do. No ironic name.
I'm in the Snowbird Lodge. I'm in the Utah.
I'm in the Utah. Ironic name says in the Snowbird Clip Clop. That is not what she said. That is not what she said. Oh, so we know who to attribute the credit to there for the Clip Clop.
That's right. Yes, you started the Clip Clop.
Wait, what's his name? Hold me play it again.
I'm in the Utah.
I'm in the Utah. Ironic name says ironic name.
Ironic name said the Clip Clop.
He said Clip Clop. Man, is he in there now? No, he's probably not here.
We haven't seen ironic name in here in forever.
No, ironically, he hasn't been here.
Yeah,
well, that's a bummer. So there you go, Jamie. Well done. You did it again there, buddy. You made a great mashup, and we got others lined up. We got a origin for Third Eagle coming up.
Oh, we haven't heard from him in a while. I used to get notifications that he was going live. Is the dude still
with us?
Yeah, I'm kind of a little nervous, to be honest. Let's see. Third Eagle books.
I'll be sad if he died.
Why does God... Oh, we streamed an hour ago. Why does God appoint the Antichrist and the false prophet?
False prophet.
And it's got either one of his sculptures or a large cat toy. Like all of his videos, the title card is are his sculptures
or his art. Yeah.
I want to like offer my services to make Third Eagle YouTube title cards, like the popular style, the horrible popular style of title cards, where it's a guy going, making a dumb face with a white outline around him, and
here's one. Here's a recent one. You must leave all 4 of Babylon's locations. I wonder what that was.
What about Babylon 5? Is that one okay?
There are 4. There are 4
Just Babylon 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Leave, but the 5th one is fine.
I'm happy to hear he's still there, though.
Yes.
Not dead,
Jesus appears over Iowa.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure
That's
that can be proven.
Boy, nobody really can't top the Denver murals and the phallic symbols at the airport. Like, he talked about his greatest hits.
Oh, yeah, and he peaked early.
He did. He really did.
Much sense, but oh well. All right, that's it for the show. We'll be back tomorrow with another, and Tom, Nicole, all that. So come on back for that. I think Nicole's back in town by then, right? I think.
Yeah, she's already back in town.
Oh, okay, good. So we'll do that.
Nicole is back in town.
They did a little vacay. It sounded like a nice one. So
I know. I can't wait to saw some great photos from there. But boy was Ava disappointed in the new Disney social distancing character meetups.
Yeah, that wasn't her favorite thing.
Hey, Stitch! Stitch!
Of course, you'd go to Stitch. I love that you did that.
Yeah.
It's your favorite. It's your favorite Disney character.
He is my favorite Disney character.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here.
Now, that changes now that Marvel and Star Wars are part of it. But my favorite, Disney character.
What if? Here's a what if. What if you go to Anaheim this month, or in August rather?
In 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And you're down there, and let's say. You're at the Star Wars deal, right? You're about to experience the ultimate in Star Wars fandom.
Rise of the Resistance. I'm walking into Batuu and the Black Spire outpost. Sure.
You're getting your saber made, all that stuff.
Right.
And then what if a lady runs up in a bantha costume and throws up all over you? Then how do you feel? Does that change your opinion of Star Wars?
Well, that'll change my opinion of that woman really quickly, but it will not change my opinion of Star Wars.
Okay.
I'll say, you're not supposed to drink that much blue milk. I know it's they sell it over there at that stand, but
you got to do that too. You're going to get some of that. You got to get some of that.
Hell yes.
Okay.
Yes. See, this is why I'm thinking that the 3 days that I'm gone from the show, we have other content we can make with. TMS content.
Oh, hell yeah.
Somehow that we can do with this. So
hell yeah, even if I'm
going to call you from Batuu with a thing of blue milk, and I'm going to try it live on audio Discord.
Yeah, it'll be perfect. I'm looking forward to it.
And if you're not there, I'll just record myself doing it on your.
Well, your answer is the correct one because you don't want to associate Star Wars with a barfin lady. You want to associate just a barfin lady with herself, and then one off.
Right, barfin. Yeah, I'll be maybe I'll be turned off from bantha costumes.
Yeah, that is your. What's the word? You have a
will
healthy.
Will she have stormtroopers on her back? Oh no, that's those are those lizard things that stormtroopers run
Banthas have. Yeah, the Banthas never showed anything on them, did they?
I don't think they ever have send people riding the Banthas, or do they just walk alongside them?
Not in OG Star Wars. Maybe Mandalorian had a guy on top.
Maybe
because they could have the technology to do it now or something.
Wow. Boy, the people in the chat room. All caps telling you to watch Loki.
Yeah, what's the deal? Why do they? Why? I'm gonna watch it. I'm not watching it for recommendals, but I'm gonna binge the whole thing. You guys, I'm ready. Yeah, I want to. I've been holding off because I don't like this week to week stuff. I hate it. So I'm waiting for the end.
I'll admit I have a little bit of a crush on Sylvie.
Oh,
on that show.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No longer have
She's
the crush.
Cute.
You don't have the crush on what's his name anymore, huh? Wow.
You're talking about Owen Wilson?
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
I mean, I'll always have a crush on Owen Wilson. That never changes.
I have a crush on his crooked nose.
Oh yeah.
Patreon.com/TMS.
Player knows. I just want a jet ski.
I like him. I'm not gonna deny it. Sorry, patreon.com/TMS is how you support this show. You like this nonsense? There's a way to pay for it. So go do that. Patreon.com/TMS. It's how we keep these jobs. So for real, if you want to keep us employed, this is how to do it. And we really appreciate those who do. Thank you guys so much. We got some cool stuff upcoming, by the way, in that regard. More news on that soon.
Ooh,
Frog Pants.
You and I need to talk about that.
We do. I think we're greenlit on the core concept. We just got to work out.
I've been sketching in my mind some ideas, and I'll shoot you some. I'll put them on paper. Yeah, send them to you.
Mind Sketchers is my favorite A&E TV show. It's very good. Mind Sketchers.
It's also my favorite shoe line.
Yeah. Whatever. You got to cover your feet with something.
Sketchers.
Let's see. themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address, as always. And hey, why not join the Reddit page for Frog Pants? There's all sorts of cool stuff there, including like daily discussions about the shows we put up here. So go check it out, frogpants.reddit.com. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Let's play a song. What do you got?
I've got a song. Josh Nanook wrote in and said, "Hey guys, longtime lurker, first time requester. Well, welcome. Good to have you here, Josh. July 20th is my birthday. A lot has happened in the past.
Happy birthday to you.
Go ahead.
A lot has happened in the past year. I should just pause because I should know it's coming. A lot has happened in the last year, which included having me quit a job in the nonprofit world and join the Hollywood industry. Anyway, Linkin Park has always been one of my go-to bands for music, and I always love hearing good covers of their songs. And I know you have some good ones. I know the date also has a sad day for the band. Oh yeah, 7/20. Is this when Chester? Is this the anniversary of Chester's passing?
I don't know. Is it? I
don't
hated
know.
that news. It was way too young. That was so dumb.
He says we should always celebrate the great. Thanks for all you guys do. I always enjoy the shows. I know actually today was also it's the 9-year anniversary of the Aurora, Colorado theater shooting thing.
Long? Is that how long it's been? Holy crap.
9 years. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a lot.
Anyway, let's talk about good things, which is Linkin Park. Here's the thing, I've been playing so much Linkin Park on this show over the years that my pickings are getting slim, but this is one I haven't played yet. I always have a list of like, all right, which Linkin Park covers have I not played? This is going to be very different though for people. This is an all acoustic piano cover of In the End. This is by Scott D. Davis. He did it for his 2006 album Rockfluence. This is great stuff though, and even if you're a fan, you got to appreciate hearing In the End by Linkin Park in a different light like this. Here's Scott D. Davis and In the End.
All right. I confirmed it. Chester's death was on the 20th.
On the 20th, okay. 2017.
Man. Feels like
4 years ago, wow.
Feels like 5 minutes ago. That's nuts.
It does, yeah. That one feels more recent than the. It is more recent than the Aurora thing, but it feels like it was just a year or so ago.
Man, it's just 41 too. Too young. I don't like
far
it.
Too young.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll see you then. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Trade me for Johnny Cage.
Oh, that's a good, fair deal.